Right now, the world of finance is constantly evolving, and every day new names, new ideas, and new opportunities capture the attention of investors around the globe. But sometimes certain names begin to trend not just because of short-term news, but because they represent something much bigger about how money, power, and influence shape the modern economy. When you look at the financial world today, a few names immediately stand out. Individuals and institutions whose decisions can influence markets, inspire investors, and shape global financial conversations. One of those names is Lloyd Blankfein. For many people outside the finance world, his name may simply appear as another trending topic. But inside the world of Wall Street, Lloyd Blankfein represents decades of leadership, strategy, and decision-making at the highest level of global finance. His story is not just about becoming the CEO of one of the most powerful investment banks in the world. It's about understanding how leadership, resilience, and long-term thinking can shape entire financial systems. To understand why his name still matters today, you first need to understand the institution he helped lead for many years: Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is not just another bank. It is one of the most influential financial institutions in the global economy. For more than a century, this firm has been deeply involved in the world of investments, mergers, acquisitions, and global financial strategy. Governments, corporations, and some of the largest investors in the world rely on institutions like Goldman Sachs to guide major financial decisions. What makes firms like Goldman Sachs so powerful is not just the amount of money they manage, but the knowledge, expertise, and influence they hold within global markets. When such an institution invests in a company, advises on a merger, or releases economic insights, the entire financial community pays attention. Investors study their strategies, analysts examine their predictions, and markets often react to their decisions. But institutions are ultimately shaped by the leaders who guide them. This is where Lloyd Blankfein's role becomes especially significant. Rising through the ranks of Goldman Sachs, he eventually became CEO and led the firm during one of the most challenging periods in modern financial history. The global financial crisis of 2008 was a moment when markets collapsed, banks failed, and investor confidence reached extremely low levels. During that time, leaders across the financial industry faced enormous pressure, and decisions made during those moments had long-lasting consequences. Blankfein's leadership during those years demonstrated the importance of resilience in finance. Financial markets are not always predictable. There are moments of growth and optimism, but there are also moments of uncertainty, crisis, and transformation. Successful financial leaders understand that long-term stability requires both strategic thinking and the ability to adapt quickly to changing conditions. For investors watching from the outside, there is an important lesson here. Markets are not only driven by numbers and charts, they are driven by people, decisions, and leadership. Understanding the people behind major financial institutions can help investors gain deeper insight into how the financial world operates. Another name that has recently attracted attention in the financial conversation is MacKenzie Scott. Her story represents a very different perspective on wealth and influence, yet it is equally powerful. While many financial discussions focus on investment strategies and profit growth, MacKenzie Scott's approach highlights the broader purpose that wealth can serve in society. After gaining significant wealth through her connection to the technology industry, MacKenzie Scott became widely known for one of the largest philanthropic efforts in modern history. Rather than slowly distributing charitable contributions over decades, she chose a different path, donating billions of dollars rapidly to universities, nonprofit organizations, and community initiatives around the world. What makes her approach unique is not only the scale of the donations, but also the philosophy behind them. Instead of controlling how every dollar should be used, many of her donations have been given with trust in the organizations receiving them. This reflects a powerful belief that resources can create meaningful impact when placed directly into the hands of communities working to solve real problems. In the broader conversation about wealth, her story introduces an important idea. Financial success can have multiple dimensions. For some individuals and institutions, success means building powerful businesses and investment portfolios. For others, success means using financial resources to create social change, expand opportunities, and support communities. When you look at the financial world through this broader L,